Life is pilgrimage, and we are on spiritual pilgrimage also. And this spiritual pilgrimage is of remembrance. I experience that many times soul has pull because of love for Baba, but also it becomes the need of the soul to get power, to be clear, just to feel very light. So then we remember Baba. I find that for me, remembrance is becoming natural as even for our bodies. I know what are the needs when there is thirst. I take glass of water and drink it, and there is no effort in that. In the same way, as a soul, I could feel the need sometimes just being in silence, feeling of comfort. It depends, each one of us. We are all on a different stage on journey, but we fulfill our needs in Baba's remembrance. There are different scenes of drama. Sometimes they are challenging, could be emotionally, physically, or harmonizing sanskars. So when I remember Baba, and also I remember Baba said, children, you have to be stable, should not get disturbed, should not get distressed. Now, to attain that stage, Baba reminded us in the Murli that we should practice eternal stage of the soul, which is of silence. So we practice now to connect with my eternal self, true self. So when mind and intellect are absorbed in love for Baba, there is experience of natural, sweet silence. I get detached from whatever is happening around me, that I have to spread the vibrations of peace, vibrations of love and belonging, so that everything around me stays calm. So if I am at service, then I have to create peace. So every moment, going into silence and spreading the vibrations of love and peace. So I am able to accumulate and remain stable, not disturbed or distracted by anything from outside. I know drama is moving and every scene is different. I could only see the benefit and the learning which happens, and also some signals from Baba so that I can do whatever I'm doing with focus and attention. It is with remembrance of Baba. There will not be any loss. Baba will help me to settle any karmic accounts in a loving way. The eternal stage of silence helps me to remain detached and also serve. Detach and serve, especially at this time, serving through the thoughts is most important service. There will be a lot of fluctuations around, but I have to be stable and not get disturbed. Now, I practice to be in my eternal form, and in this form, purity, love, peace are natural. And these qualities are nurturing qualities for the soul. And these qualities is the best sharing to create spiritual and harmonious relationships. So now I take Drishti from Baba and in Baba's company.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avyakti Parivar. Good evening, everyone. Today is our day 7 pilgrimage of remembrance. We'll be listening from Mohini Didi and then we'll be seeing our Avyakti journey. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. It's so lovely to see all of you. You all look very well. You all are very happy. And Baba's blessings are remain like this forever. I'm sure that you all must be noticing that your remembrance of Baba is becoming not only natural and easy, but also it brings a lot of power and whatever attainments the soul needs. But we always have to see what are very subtle obstacles, if there are any, in remembrance. When I say subtle, is that there is something happen, a situation, and you keep thinking about it. It was not right, shouldn't have happened. This one, hmm? So I was mentioning that you have to look at some of the patterns which is emerging from sanskars, even if there are situations outside, but the response or reaction is coming from our sanskars. So that means, let's say there is a sanskar. As I said, something happened, but you can't let it go, and thoughts keep coming, and this shouldn't happen, that's why it happened. Some very, very subtle way. There are certain questions in the mind. So you won't be able to remember Baba, right? So we have to bring this transformation, which is subtle transformation. And this transformation, that means if you pay attention, that why I'm thinking about something again and again. Okay, past is past. And that transformation doesn't happen just suddenly. But it could be a long term practice. So if I remind myself that I am wasting my valuable time, I'm wasting my energy, so why don't I think what is good for me, beneficial, and also for atmosphere, good for world service? Reminding yourself and see that thoughts are not wasted, energy is not wasted. Or because all of us, because of our sanskars of body consciousness, since so many past births, we all have developed certain ways to think, and that becomes a subtle obstacle in remembrance. But also, we need to create a habit, and that is take maybe 1 or 2 points from early in the morning, whether it is of knowledge or a blessing, and keep reflecting, because that's your nourishment. Keep reflecting, churning. Baba had said this. Baba had said it. No? So when these thoughts are coming, your remembrance is emerging. So why this in Brahmin life? It is essential that we listen to Murli properly. As I say, listen to Murli, read Murli, study Murli, because what you have heard could stay with you. But what I notice for myself, you all can look at your chart, that sometimes it's not that often churning happen on the point of knowledge. So that time which I would have spent on churning of knowledge, some thoughts will come, isn't it? But if I create this habit, that this is what Baba said in the morning, so I make it clear in to myself that my whole day, my efforts will be to churn this point. As I said, also noticing that what kind of thoughts come in the mind. And don't be scared. And you can't really just suppress them also. But knowing that, yes, this sanskar do emerge and is from past births and is wasting my energy and my thoughts. But then, as I said, create the habit of churning on Baba's teachings, reflections, and of course, Baba has said the drill is exercise is very important. With exercise, then any kind of subtle heaviness which comes, that can be removed. So mind can stay very light. So it's very, very important to look at those obstacles and bring transformation. We have been able to have transformation of life in a physical way, our lifestyle, even our words. But more attention is needed to have this subtle transformation, because any sanskar or body consciousness will make your organs, you will see that way, you will hear things that way, you will speak that way. Those sanskars activate. And then when I'm using, let's say I'm seeing something or hearing something, also it's from my sanskar. Because if someone says something, if you ask five people, what did you hear? Surprisingly, everyone will hear differently. So now that means that sanskar is becoming stronger because I'm using it. I'm using it by doing the action. But at that time, when sanskar is emerging or I am saying, let me see, let me hear in soul consciousness. How many times during day we practice soul consciousness? Why it is necessary during day to practice soul conscious? Because it is during day that I interact with other souls. So if I am practicing soul consciousness, it will be very lovely way to interact in other relationships, all people around me. And then another step which will happen from there, not only will be transformation of sanskar, but you will cultivate sanskars from the actions done in soul consciousness. Even, this is our first lesson. I am a soul, right? So many years, could be 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, for me, over 60 years. So, yes, we were busy in service, we had different plans, but now, as Baba has given us time, and we are almost towards the end of our journey, our part. So, everything from iron age, copper age, has to be removed. And if it has to be through yoga and remembrance, but there is deep connection of remembrance and yoga with knowledge. So as much we transform and then cultivate for golden age, because that's also important. No? If I am going to play part in golden age, so the sanskars which I cultivate now at confluence age of golden age, for golden age, then I will be able to play my part. So it's not we are only transforming from the past, but always remember that we are also creating for the future. So this subtle effort, many, many souls ask me, what is subtle effort? I say, just notice your traces. And they are the last traces of sanskars or karmas or vices, last ones. But sometimes you find those traces are visible, I could feel it, I can experience it, but sometimes we are not careful, that's all. And then, as Baba said, you have to pass with honor, you have to reach to your karmati stage. So what is karmati stage? That while doing actions, you are completely above the effects of action, reaction. That means you are internally, soul is becoming really pure, and that is clearing karmic accounts, clearing all the sanskars and becoming clean. It's only when you clear that you can be clean. So I will suggest that two things. One is take not many points, maybe just 1 or 2 points. One is to remember 8, 10 points, it's like revise morely. That is different. But take 1 or 2 points and go into depth of that deeper and deeper in understanding. That's something we could do. And second important thing to make our remembrance more natural. When I sit in remembrance, I see for 10 minutes, 12 minutes, even one sits for half an hour, 1 hour. But did any other thought interfere in between? Or why I was merged in Baba's love? I was merged in Baba's remembrance. So, how soul conscious stage can definitely help us to be in remembrance and also to create very spiritual, divine relationship with each other. So these subtle traces have to be removed. That's what Baba also says, no, that any kind of, if there is any rust on the needle, then it's not pulled by magnet. You know, Baba is helping us all the time, helping in the sense, again, guiding us. Can you imagine for 80 plus years, such a lovely father teaching every morning, and then because knowledge is truth, is eternal. When we were hearing, listening Murli yesterday, it was Murli of 1986, and you just feel this is what I need at this time. So what was spoken in 1986 today looks so accurate because so much disturbance is outside, confusion, energy of confusion and disturbance. So nobody knows what to do. Everyone says, I don't know. Nobody knows what to do. I was sharing that yesterday was saying that, of course, virus is spreading and it's very dangerous. He said gossiping is worse than the virus. So I was surprised. I said, quite a big statement that gossiping is worse than virus. Because that's what, we get information, we share information, we sit and we chat. And of course, you don't happen. And once in a while it could happen. So I was thinking that even Pope is saying that. That means everyone is feeling somewhere these traces which we have in the form of thinking, habits in the form of thinking, become subtle obstacles in remembrance. So remembrance is not difficult. Remembrance is very sweet, lovely, but these subtle thoughts which come, emerge, then the journey stops, right? I know some people leave home and they take long. We said, but why you took so long? Oh, we made 3 stops on the way. So if you make 1 stop, two, three, four, five, depends. But Mama used to give very good example. And Mama used to say it is a thread of love that I remember Baba. As many times it breaks, it has knots. It breaks, then you have to put a knot. Then again you have to put knot. She said, how will it look? So what are the subtle obstacles which emerge in our mind and also intellect? As much we apply knowledge, keep clearing it, remembrance will be felt so much in your heart and you will be very, very happy about it. That now I'm in Baba's company. I'm with Baba. I'm remembering Baba. And of course, the benefits. So when you are remembering, drama is moving, your sanskars are also, according to drama, passing. If you are in remembrance, they all are being erased, no? Erased in the sense whatever, if there is a sorrow, there is any any kind of very subtle feelings. Through remembrance, you are removing all that. And you're really, really becoming, that's called real purity. Because that is the aim at this time, to clean, to remove all these subtle obstacles. They appear in form of thoughts. Sometimes the intellect is pulled. And as I had been mentioning, Baba also said that these days the energy is very much of confusion and sorrow and pain, fear. Right? So that energy we are surrounded by that. Some of you are midst of all those circumstances. Some of us are not in the midst of circumstances, but the vibrations are there. If there is a fire, you are not in midst of fire, but the smoke is there, right? And smoke also is very harmful, no, for lungs. Heat, you feel the heat and smoke. No, even not you are near fire. So just you will enjoy it because you know you might say it's a lot of work, but it always happens, no, when you have a house construction goes on. It takes very quickly, you see a big frame, then you make the rooms, but the finishing takes a lot of time, right? Last touchings, they call it, whether you make a sculpture or an idol, the last minute, very subtle, mm, making beautiful eyes and nose and last touching, they call it, whether it's a painting. Oh, I have to just do last part. So for us also in our efforts, this last part of removing all that, situations happen, it's drama, but my response to situation, is it reaction or I respond it in a way that it gets settled? Because when you are reacting, so you are activating, right? That sanskar. So that's one thing. Your calmness, as Baba said, no, mind shouldn't be disturbed or shaken. When you decide, I am not going to react, but I will respond. I will respond, but not react. And in response, you can create beautiful energy, become light, share something very pleasant. And that's what I paid attention for a few years. That first the feelings, right? Someone tells you something or accuses you or say something which is not right, you know. So what you do, you could feel it's not right, but what I do, I just make myself, this is what not my feelings, this is not what I want. You know, and then I think, how do I respond to that? You understand? So reaction and then respond. Right? It's a beautiful way of living in the life where I am happy, I am in self-respect, and then everyone else around remains light and happy. Even if everyone has different sanskar, different part to play, but ultimately you will be able to spread the vibrations of love, of belonging, of respect. So for pilgrimage of remembrance to have more time. I'm not talking more hours because hours is not. But even during day, as often you remember 10 minutes, 15 minutes, depends. Sitting in yoga, that is different. But I'm talking of the whole day, during day. So it's just like keeping aim. That now is the finishing touch. Because if Baba is looking at us and our finishing touch is very beautiful, very refined, no? Value increases of that idol because of finishing touch. So these thoughts I had during day while making efforts, while observing different scenes of drama, that there is so much feelings of attainment through remembrance. But when I sat for 15, 20 minutes, how many times my mind went different directions. It's all right if one has to do something, but pull is. Then if I say, no, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I only remember Baba. I'm not talking of 1 hour. Baba, I have to only remember Baba. I have to be with Baba because I love Baba. I belong to Baba. I want to be in company of Baba. Like also, no, when you have any thought, feeling, just make a phone call. Some people could take long, but even for a few minutes. So with Baba also, He is the one who sustains us. He is the one who has so much love for us. So my remembrance is based on knowledge, based on love, and the transformation, subtle transformation. And this subtle transformation is called subtle nature in the sense of subtle efforts. So I think that now until tomorrow evening, just notice not all, even one or two pattern of our thinking or reactions and remove, notice it, write it, or don't write, that's okay. But then think which point of knowledge will help me to transform that sanskar. Right? You will enjoy it because mind and intellect are busy anyway. But if it's busy in this self transformation, you will be very light and very, very happy. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avyakti Journey. So today is Monday, and let's see what Avyakti Balak has to tell us.
Om Shanti Avyakti Parivar! We are all the fortunate children of our one beloved Father, our sweet Baba. That's right! You already know! Today is Shiv Baba Day! So, don't forget to bring Shiv Baba's picture at the angelic dance.
Okay, so today's Shiv Baba Day. So we are experiencing our all relationships with Baba. And what special Avekti Balak you have brought to us on Shiv Baba Day? Let's see.
Welcome to Story Time. Since today is Shiv Baba's Day, we will be listening to a story from the Murli. It's the story of two princes, Roop and Basant.
Roop and Basant's stepmother did not really like them. So, due to this, she sent him away from the family home.
Then these boys went to some rishis who taught them meditation and how to dive deep into the ocean of silence. They both lived a pure life and received blessings from everyone.
Whenever one would smile, flowers would emerge from his lips, and whenever the other would smile, jewels would emerge.
The stepmother wanted these two children to become completely insignificant, not known to anyone, and also she did not want them to attain the throne of the kingdom. However, the stepmother's own son became very wicked and proved himself unworthy of ruling.
And finally, Roop and Basant became kings again because of their royal qualities.
This is why Baba always says that with the virtue of sweetness, cheerfulness, happiness, and wisdom, we are able to claim a throne in the future Golden Aged Kingdom. Our sweet Baba is truly Roop Basant, and we also have to become Roop, an embodiment of yoga, and Basant, the one who showers knowledge just like our Baba.
Okay, thank you very much, Avekti Balak. That was a beautiful story from Path of Devotion. So this is very popular story, and Baba always mentioned this story in Murli many times, and Baba always said that Dadi Gulzar is Roop and Dadi Janki is Basant because she's always showering knowledge, and Dadi Gulzar is always in silence. So it's very nice story, and the way Avekti Balak presented and Avekti, whoever was involved in it, the team, thank you very much. It was beautiful story, and I'm sure you all liked it also, right? Okay, thank you. And now it's time for our homework. So, Avekti Balak, what's homework we have for tomorrow? Let us know. Our Swaman for tomorrow is
that I am an elevated soul who is the resident of the supreme abode.
Thank you very much. That's a very, very elevated Suman. Self respect point. I am an elevated soul who is the residence of Supreme Abode. Okay, we have something special gift from Didi today because she wants to say something more about Roop and Basant as we have more time. So let's hear from Didi.
Very, very beautiful story, isn't it? Did you all like? We give them a big hand, the children. They're doing very good, better and better. Congratulations to all the children, Avyakti Balak, Balika, and Kanya. I think we all relate to this story, Roop Basant. And actually, yes, we talk about Dadi Gulzar and Dadi Janki because Dadi Gulzar is always quiet, silent. Just take drishti from her. It's like a roop. Roop means embodiment, right? Image. And Basant is one who, when it speaks, whatever is spoken, it's like showering the flowers or pearls. It's a very beautiful way, but when it's combined, and that's our aim is to tell this story, that I need to be not only Roop and someone else to be Basant, but I have to be combined form of Roop Basant like Shiv Baba. Whether you look at the picture of Shiv Baba or Avyak Bab so the Roop actually is saying everything. What I'm saying that when we say Baba, you are ocean of love, you are ocean of peace, you can see it from that image, right? But also when Avek Babdada speaks, you can see how every word is like pearls, flowers. So how do we become Rubasant? Just feel it feels so good to even think that I am the embodiment. That means through my expression, through my face and activity, embodiment. But also when I say something, not like when I'm giving gyan, of course, then I will speak of gyan, but whole day I'm basant. Basant means whatever I speak as if they are like flowers. It's like wisdom, pearls. As I'm saying, it's not knowledge. I'm saying even in a common way, day to day. So I think we all can keep the same, right? That we should be Roop and Basant. That means embodiment and also what I share with other will be like Basant, what I shower, what I say. So I think we can make efforts, right? We have another few years or whatever, few months. But if we keep aim, so or maybe we are certain percentage Roop Basant already, but we have to be 100%, right? How many of you are feeling attracted to be Roop Basant? Everyone would want to be Rupa Sand, right? So we might have to call this family of Rupa Sant, right? That could be our title. Anyways, very, very nice. A beautiful story which we will hear now. Whatever Baba mentions about different stories, not as a memorial, but at present our aim is actually to be like that, so that there will be stories later on. Now we have to be real, to be Rup Basant. Okay, now let's remember Baba and really think, look at Baba as how he is Rup Basant. Baba is Rup Basant. So when I look at Baba, definitely Baba's reflection, Baba's vibrations make me also a Rup Basant. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you. All the joy, happiness, being with Baba. Om Shanti. Good night, everyone. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Devi, Om Shanti family. Thank you.